Okay, today I wanted to try making a hand lotion with just one oil, and that oil that I wanted to use is Shea Butter because I hear that it's very good for your skin and that it would help with eczema. So I am thinking maybe I'll make some Shea Butter lotion and see how it turns out. I have a formula over here that's a basic lotion with 80% water, 4% emulsifying wax, NF, 14.5% shea butter, 1% fragrance. I'm going to use white tea and ginger, and 0.5% of preservative. I plan on making just a test batch with 200 grams. So I multiplied 200 grams times whatever each item, 0.80 of water to get 160 grams of water, and 0.04% emulsifying wax to get 8 grams. And you can see the rest of the results all over here on this side. This is what I'll be doing today. I might be adding a little bit of orange mica. I've never added mica to my lotions before, but I'd like to be able to distinguish this from some of the other lotions that I have by making it a little bit orange, and hopefully it won't turn my skin orange, but I'll let you know. So let's go over here. I disinfected all of my equipment using an ounce of bleach and a gallon of water. Then I dried all the items off. We have 160 grams of distilled water here. This is the Shea Butter here, and I took out 29 grams of that. That's in the front right here, this side. And this side over here is the emulsifying wax, which was 8 grams of emulsifying wax NF. And it looks like this right there, like a waxy, what do you call that? Flakes. I also have the white tea and ginger fragrance oil. I'll be using 1% of that, which is 2 grams, and 0.5% or 1 gram of Germall Plus liquid as the preservative. This here is the fragrance oil and the preservative already mixed. What's going to happen is I'm going to warm up this water to about 160 degrees, and the shea butter and the emulsifying wax also I'll mix up and heat up, to 160 degrees. And then we're going to add the one to the other, blend, let it cool down, and then add the fragrance oil and the preservative and stick it in a bottle. Okay, so I'm going to come back when I have my oils and my water warmed up, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, now I have the shea butter and the emulsifying wax is all melted, and it's above 160 degrees. This is the hot water, and here's where the fun part begins. I'm going to add the emulsifying wax into the water, and if you look in, it's already turning white because we're making lotion. Turn it some, see? Isn't that cool? Alright, now we get the stick blender and blend it. It's hot. All right, now I just have to let it cool a little bit, and I'll come back periodically, and once it gets down to 100 degrees, I can add my fragrance oil. Be back in a little bit. Okay, so I've let it cool down some, and I've been whipping it some more. Let me show you what it's looking like. So it's getting much thicker, and I'd like to add a little bit of mica. This is completely experimental because I have no idea if this will work. I'm just going to do a little dash of it. I might write later on in the comments if it turns my skin colors. I'll let you know. A little more. So it's maybe 1/8 1/8 of a teaspoon. I don't know, I'm really liking that look. Wow. What do you think of the color? Good now? It's kind of light. You don't want it too bright. A little more? He says a little more. Cameraman says a little more. Add it in, see what we get. If I start looking like a carrot. And we're going to add our fragrance and our preservative here. And mix it in. The preservative's really thick, so I want to make sure I get it. Do you see it sitting down there? I just noticed that it didn't all pour out, so we're going to, the Germall Plus preservative. It's also really difficult to weigh out a gram. I love white tea and ginger fragrance. They're one of my favorites. Of course, you don't want to add your fragrance and your preservative until it's under about 110 degrees. And I did take the temperature on this a little bit ago, and it was fine. Okay, got a little thinner adding it. All right, now what I want to do is pour this into the bottle before it thickens too much. This is just for my own personal use. I'm reusing this bottle. I sterilized it and pouring in. Let's try it like this. I think we'll stop there. A little extra that I can play with. I'm going to leave the lid off of this so that I can let all the heat escape, the evaporation escape, and then I'll put a lid on it probably in an hour or so, or maybe in the morning. Okay, so there you have it. Let me test this out real quick. Goes on pretty nice. Smells great. Absorbs quickly. Kind of like it. This might work. Alright, thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thanks.